Greetings everybody. In this lecture today we'll be discussing the GRPA questions. So let's get started. The first question is it's given like accept 5 words as input and print the sentence formed by these words by adding a space between consecutive words and a full stop at the end. So here we are given that we have to use 5 words here. Five words as input, and we have to print it as well by adding a space between consecutive words. Please make note of these points, and at a full and we have to place a full stop at the end of this sentence. So this is the code here, which is the first word is word which will be given as an input but not an integer input, because every word is just consists of only alphabets. In the similar manner we have to give the 5 words that we are required to, and now we need to print the sentence as asked in the question. As asked in the question, we have given the print command word, which is word 1 is input, here the word 1 is input. As we are dealing with 5 words, we need to give all the 5 words as input here, and as per the question we need to go by printing a space after every consecutive word, as we are doing that, as they have asked us to do in such way. Print word 1 plus a space between the double quotations, and now again plus word 2 plus space between the double quotes which indicates a space, and so on up to word 5. And after word 5 we need to place a full stop because we are asked to do such. Now let me run this. As you see, we are being asked about we are being asked for the input. Let us say I am a student. Now we see that we have got the result, we have got the expected output, and let's give another one. If I now this is a good question, we see that this also being executed, and hence this is the way you need to do the first question. And now let's move on to the second question. Accept the date in the date, month and year format as input and print the year as output. For such to get the year as an output, we need to consider the entire date as a string, and we need to follow the string slicing method which I have learnt in the week 1. So now students, please make note here, we need to only follow the string slicing. Date, month, year, we need to give this input. We see that, for example, date let us consider a date which is 01/01/2022. Now we need to make the now we need to know the number of indices here. Correspondingly, I'll write the number of indices, which is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, now we see that this date has in total we have 9. We have 10 characters. We have 10 integers here, which are considered to be a string by default in the input section. And now we need to do the string slicing, and we give a date which is an input, and print. They have asked us to print the year as output, so we need to do string slicing from the part at which the year begins and ends. We see that the year begins at the index 6, which is from 2, and ends at 9. So this is the required part that we want to get here. And now we need to use the string slicing again. We need to decide the range here. The date starts from the index 6 and it ends at index 9. So according to string slicing properties, we need to give the date from 6 to 10. Let me run this. We are being asked for a date 01/01/2022, which is a new year instead. Now that's it, we got the right answer. Now this is the third question. Accept a sequence of 5 single digit numbers separated by commas as input. Print the product of all 5 numbers. This is what the question is. Now students, we need to take a sequence of numbers as input. As we are asked to take the sequence of 5 single digit numbers separated by commas as input. Please make note of this point, students. Separated by commas as input. Now this is the main point to be considered. Separated by commas. Please make note of this point, because these are the places at which most of the students make mistakes. Now let's move on to the code for this. Let me code for this. Now we need to give a sequence of numbers, and then we need to print the product of all 5 numbers. Let us build a code for that. Now we are asked for this sequence. Now 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and we see that the answer is 120, which is of course right, which is 5 into 4 20, 20 into 3 60, 60 into 2 120. Let us run this for another time but for a different output. Let us say 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now this is the but I don't know whether this we cannot calculate this without a calculator, and now we need to get this done by using a manual calculator, and this is the respective code for that as well. And this is the fourth question. For example, if they assume that I started from here itself. Assume that several IITs start offering online degrees across multiple branches. Yeah, this question is a perfect one because they have given us for data science as well. The email ID of a student is defined as follows. So they have given us the email ID here. This is the general format of an email ID. Now we have got this as we came to know this as general format because here with respect to the one they have given here, we can see the branch which is computer science, degree BTech, year 21, roll number is 7412. It might be the admission number as well, and that's the point up to which we have to compare. And now then the student is from a computer science branch pursuing a BTech degree from the year 2021. This 21 is related to the calendar year, and 7412 as the roll number. Accept a student email IDs as input and print the following details, one item on each line. This can be done using escape characters or by manually printing another one after in the consecutive lines. We can do it with ease. So now let's start with this question. We need to take the input. See, now students, we have taken the email as input, print email. Now we need to check for the branch. So again we need to do the string slicing here. The branch is computer science, so C is 0, S is 1. So we need to do string slicing for getting the branch from in the first line, which is here. So we need to do string slicing in the email input, in the input which is email, from 0 to 2 indices, and in the respective manner degree is BTech, as they mentioned here. He is doing a BTech degree, so this underscore goes for the second, takes the second place, and B goes for 3 and T goes for 4. So we need to do the string slicing from 3 to 5, and so on. We need to do from we need to do the string slicing, and depending on that we need to give the print command as well. Now we need to give an email as input. Let us say email is something like, okay, let us give the same CES BT 21 7149, sorry, it's 74, whatever it might be. They are given 7412. Let us take 7149 at student dot online degree .iit Madras .ac.in. Yeah, this is the one. We have done this because here in is a keyword and we cannot use keywords for naming a variables or inside a variable, and hence we need to give this as a string. And now students, forgetting the branch, print email 0 to 2 print email 3 to 5 For the institute, we need to go at the last. Yes, we see that this is the output, which is first they have asked us for branch, which is computer science. Here this is the program BTech. Year is 2021, roll number is 7149 and institute is IIT Madras, and hence we have the fourth question is also over. And now the fifth question: accept two positive integers x and y as input, print the number of digits in x power y. For printing the numbers as x power y, so let's say x is integer input, because we need to take the numbers as integers again. Int input here as well. We are asked to print in the exponential format. For raising exponents of powers, we use 2 stars, which is x power y. Print x power y. And what are we asked for? Print the number of digits also. So for students, if you remember, for printing number of digits, it might be digits or characters in a variable or in a character or in a string. String of course is a collection of characters, and here we have taken x and y. We have taken x and y here, and then we need to calculate the number of digits. For the number of digits, for calculating number of digits, we need to assign a variable also, which is power is equal to x power x double star y. And after this, we need to print length of power, because we are asked to find out the number of digits in x power y. So we get the length of power. Here we observe that power is an integer. It could be 2 power 5, 32. For such cases, we need to convert that into a string. And now let's run this. We are being asked for line 31 𝗕𝗵𝗱 parsing. So we need to give the input, which is 5. Let us take a random input 5 square. And now we have taken x to be as 5 and y to be as 2, and the power which will be 5 square. It will run implicitly in the inside the process, which is 25, and print the length of string. We have converted the power into a string for the sake of calculating the number of digits. And now after calculating the number of digits, which are 2 and 5, the 25 will be converted into a string, and calculating the number of digits inside a string would be much easier than calculating it inside a number. This is by default in Python. So now print length of length. This length len is a function which is used to find out the length of a particular string, which may consist integers, characters, random symbols, something related to alphabets and alphanumericals. And now we have seen that the answer is 2. And again let's run this. Let us say we need to give 10, again 10. We get the answer 11, because 10 power 10, I don't know the value, but it must really be 10 power 10 will have 11 values, because 10 square, let us consider 10 square, 10 into 10 is 100. So the number of zeros is dependent on the power. So 10 power 10 will have 10 zeros and 1 before the first zero, so there will be 11, and hence this is also completed. Thank you.